This monk reflected 4 goblin barrels, and this fire spirit jumped over half the arena? These are the 15 luckiest moments in Clash Royale history. And for number 15, if you've ever used Sparky, you'd know that the best counter to it is a good old rocket. But if you add Clone to your deck, you actually have the ability to dodge rockets, with your Sparky not even getting hit. While dodging rockets is nice and extremely lucky, it's not as lucky as getting a champion from a silver chest. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. While silver chests have a 1 in 1,000 chance of dropping a legendary, they have an even lower chance of dropping a champion, somewhere around the 1 in 10,000 mark. So, if you manage to unlock a champion from one of these, you are officially luckier than everyone else on Clash Royale, and you should probably play the lottery. Now, Electro Spirit is one of the most satisfying troops to play, but what happens when it becomes super satisfying? This is the longest Electro Spirit chain, hitting over 9 things at once. Because Electro Spirit is able to travel over 15 tiles in such a short time span, this makes it the fastest traveling troop in Clash Royale. And all that for just 1 elixir. If you're really lucky, you can even get some clutch plays to save your tower, or maybe a spirit that takes 2 towers at once. The possibilities are endless. Number 12. The bandit usually just dashes like this, and if used correctly, can hit troops one by one until it chains onto the tower. However, one time in 2018, when the opponent's bandit started dashing towards the tower, the other bandit decided to abandon post and take a running dash. This has only ever been seen on game once, and nobody knows exactly why the bandit decided to just run over randomly. Bandit nowadays does bandit things, so if you ever see a dash like this, you're one lucky player. Number 11. The monk was recently added to Clash Royale and can reflect almost anything. While in most games it just reflects a firecracker or a fireball, if used well in 2v2 battles, it can send a dozen goblins all the way over to your opponent's tower. And if done correctly, this can also reflect multiple rockets, giving you a free tower for the cost of a monk. A really nice trick is to play Expo and Monk, placing your monk in front of the Expo and then clicking the ability. If you're lucky, the opponent might try and rocket your Expo, giving you an automatic win. Good game. Number 10. Clash Royale has a good variety of YouTubers, many with over 100k subscribers. But what if you matched into a game with one of them, the real them? Fighting them in any case would be extremely lucky, with less than a 1 in 100,000 chance of actually queuing up in their game. So, if you ever get to fight a YouTuber, just make sure you go ahead and win it. Oh, wow, I actually won. Number 9. If you want to end up in a 3-crown draw on Clash Royale, you need to take each other's towers in the same split millisecond. Well, this is extremely lucky. Something even luckier is drawing in overtime, meaning you'd have the exact same amount of HP when the game ends. When you're using different decks, it's extremely lucky for all the damage done in a game to end up with the exact same number on both sides. So consider any draw an extremely lucky moment, because it really is. Number 8. If you load onto Clash Royale and see this on your game account, congrats! You are both the richest, and probably luckiest, player of all time. While in 2016 the max gold was capped at 1 million, it was later increased to 5 million, making it nearly unachievable. However, this gold amount actually can be reached. All you have to do is buy the $100 gem option 16 times, to spend a total of $1,600. From there, you'd probably be the richest player on Clash Royale, and all the women will want you. Number 7. If you get to 11 wins on a grand challenge, you are in the top 2% of players, as grand challenges are mostly played by very competitive players, many of them among the top 200 players on ladder. However, getting to 12 wins is a whole different story, as it is such a big deal that you'll literally be featured on popular Clash Royale websites. Most players you see won't have a grand challenge win, and instead many classic challenge wins. Classic challenges are very easy to beat, with grand challenges nearly 10 times more difficult. So, if you manage to win a grand challenge, take a screenshot. They're pretty, really hard. Number 6. If you manage to fill up your entire chest slot with legendary chests, congrats! This would make you look like the luckiest player, when in fact, you're probably the most hardworking. A legendary chest is won from battle around once every 500 chests, and isn't actually just pure luck, meaning you'd need to go through 2,000 chests before being able to stack 4 legendary chests at once. Not only does this take an extremely long amount of time, but it also takes a huge amount of commitment, the commitment to not want to open one of those amazing looking chests. Number 5. If you've opened a Mega Lightning chest before, you'd know that usually it just gives you 1 legendary, and maybe, if you're lucky, an extra wild card. While the Mega Lightning chest only guarantees 1 legendary, it's actually possible to get 2. While almost nobody has gotten 2 legendaries in a regular chest like this, in December 2021, when the Clash Royale Christmas event was released, Clash Royale sent players free Mega Lightning chests, in which many people unlocked up to 2 legendaries at the same time. The only chests with a possibility to give more than 1 legendary were the Draft Chest, Lightning Chest, and Ultra Rare Tournament Chest. So, if you ever open a chest and unlock more than 1 legendary, let alone 4, consider it a super rare moment. Number 4. If you you ever match up against a hacker, that is certainly one of the rarest experiences. While Clash of Clans has experienced its fair share of hackers, Clash Royale has mostly been unhackable until a few months ago. In January 2022, a hacker came onto Clash Royale with a fake name and ended up hacking their way to top rank. Players who faced the hacker would end up paralyzed, not being able to place a single troop. Thankfully though, this hacker was actually pretty bad at Clash Royale, and someone managed to beat them even though their troops placed a lot slower than usual. This, however, was the only player who ever beat the hacker, as all the other top players ended up losing pretty quickly. Number 3. If you played Clash Royale in 2016, you had a chance to have seen something like this. Crazy. Clash Royale had an odd glitch where once your side was completely filled, you could place a building and it would spawn on the other side of the arena, right next to your opponent's tower. While this glitch was never exploited to the point where it could instantly win and was never actually done in-game, it is for sure one of the luckiest moments being able to experience something as weird looking as this. I made an animation to create something similar though. You're welcome. Number 2. If you watched Clash Royale back in the day, you're certainly familiar with the name Olong Johnson. This game would put the craziest, weirdest moments in-game together and make them into lots of different videos. One of the best moments captured, however, was an ice spirit that flew around 5 tiles to land on its target. So I did a little research and found probably the longest jump an ice spirit has ever taken. That's pretty far. While sometimes the ice spirit would jump this far chasing a bandit, most of the clips were chasing fishermen, or something the fisherman was hooking. Either way, the ice spirit was pretty much the only spirit that could jump this far, until I saw this clip of the fire spirit. What? How does that even happen? Basically, it was set up so that the fire spirit would start to jump and wouldn't stop until it reached its target, making the fire spirit stay in the air for a few seconds. Now this is absolutely crazy. And now for number 1. Imagine losing $150,000 just on a Clash Royale match. Well, this actually happened, because in 2019 in the Clash Royale League Finals, Canary U and Hire faced off over $150,000, and Canary U ended up taking the tower first, meaning he was on set to win the huge prize amount. However, Hire started making a comeback, which led to this following interaction.
It's gonna take the tower, 7 HP!
7 HP. Imagine losing $150,000 because Supercell didn't buff bats. Hire must have felt horrible. And so, Canary U probably had one of the luckiest moments in Clash Royale history. But one honorable mention. In 2016, when free wooden chests were still in game, they had a 1 in 20 chance of dropping an epic, and a 1 in 1,000 chance of unlocking a legendary. This was back in the time when people would brag to their friends about unlocking a legendary. So, getting one from a wooden chest was a big deal. However, even back then, not all legendaries were wanted. In fact, only the Miner, Princess, and Log were really desirable. Cards like Sparky and Ice Wizard were kind of boring, so the chance of you getting a legendary, and a good one, were only in your dreams. What's even rarer, though, is the chance you'll click on this video. So, click on this, and you'll be really lucky. Seriously, subscribe!